Yes, people, this is Fly on the Wall Perspective. My name is Joseph.
It's your boy Byaks.
And this is the first episode. Let me get a hand for everyone in the back.
Come on. Get me. Fly on the wall, baby. Come on, we here. And ever since we met, we said one day we're going to start our own podcast, cuz.
This is it, man. We're here, man. We're here.
Here we are.
Man, rapped us in, roped everybody in it, Marvin, roped him.
Get me.
Then everyone's here today. Got the team there. So, yeah, no, it's sick, man. It's sick.
Come on, man. The world needs this perspective out here.
That's right, man. That's right.
They need a fly on the wall perspective.
Exactly. They just need a natural conversation where they can just chime in, like hear what's going on and everything like that, and really just chime in. Like, so we do read all the comments. So yeah, chime in the comments. Make sure y'all like. Make sure y'all subscribe.
Come on.
So yeah, man, we've been dying laughing today, catching mad jokes off of this City Girls interview.
You remember watching it?
He's a very traditional guy, right? So B introducing B to the City Girls thing.
Yes, no, because when I walked in straight away, obviously I don't know about that is that podcast?
Yeah, it's like a little podcast. It's a Justin LeBoy show, like
so
basically.
I don't watch that, but I walked in straight away. Yeah, obviously you man is literally sitting where we're sitting now, and I could just hear it. I could hear what was going on. I don't think you man heard me. I was like, "Oh, is it like City Girl shit?" Basically,
yeah.
No, I don't. No one said that because you man was too busy busting up on what you were saying, innit? And then so when I sat down and started eating, still like I can't see the screen, innit? And obviously, yeah, it turned out to be true. Like I got it straight away.
Yeah, straight away.
What I could hear, the way they were talking, and yeah, man. Yeah. So.
Nah, man, it was too funny though. Too funny. Yeah, it's just like obviously they had an interview where they're like asking them about like the city girl, kind of getting in the head of a city girl, and getting an understanding of like how they see things and everything like that. It's basically about getting their bag, like with guys and everything like that. It seems like it's financially, like a lot of their relationships is based on finances, and they're about like guys with that have the right bag and get in their bag, and they want guys that spend money on them and everything like that. And we laugh at these things, but like really, like it's so detrimental to like us as a people. Really, that's how I see it anyway. The way that this whole city girl mentality and everything like that, it's just it's to me it's just comedy. Like it's just comedy.
Yeah, I know. But the comments again, we went to the comments.
The comments on YouTube, right?
Wasn't most of the comments co-signing?
Yeah, because the city girls are in the comments, man. They're a strong force, like they are actually a strong force. The city girls out here.
City girls.
But like we were
who's the host again? You said what? P Diddy's son.
P Diddy's son, and then Justin LeBoy.
Okay. Do you want to summarize?
Do you know who Justin LeBoy is?
I've heard of him. Wow.
So he has this like he has this Instagram where he's like. Yeah, a lot of the time he talks about like broke guys. He refers to them as brokey, and like just has conversations mad funny. Like he'll talk about like females wanting guys that like spend the bag on them. Like they don't want broke guys. Broke guys don't deserve like girls. Like and all of that. Like going on that way.
Make my blood boil,
But yeah, that's his whole message. And then, he sides a lot with, like, city girls and everything like that. You usually see them, like, bigging them up and everything like that. But he's been doing, like, some of the stuff he says is just, like, wild funny. So, like, it's the kind of thing that mad people will quote, tweet and everything like that. And he made an Instagram where he's, like, retweeting loads of, and reposting loads of, like, comments and everything like that. Or people's tweets and stuff. So, yeah, that's how he kind of came about. The main thing about Justin LeBoy's profile is, like, the comments, the stuff, his captions are what actually make his Instagram so like popular because, bro, he says the funniest things sometimes about it. Like, it's just comedy, man. It's just comedy. But yeah, now he has a podcast where he'll bring different people on. Like Lil Boozy has been on it. Yeah. It's just like a toxic environment, like mad toxic podcast, like mad toxic.
Black Twitter.
That's
I don't fuck with that. When I hear Black Twitter, It's fuckeries to me, innit? That's all that
Black
is,
Twitter
it's
is
fuckeries. It's coonery. That's what people
Black
don't want
Twitter
to call it coonery.
encompasses too many different things for me.
It
Like
don't fit the narrative of coonery, but
what Black Twitter?
that's what it is. Black Twitter, the guy that you were talking about, the whole City Girls program. What's the name of it again?
Yeah, the little boy show. But like basically, we're talking about like city girls and their whole mentality of with guys and everything like that. That they want guys that spend, and we had quite a good conversation around like us as a people just looking at us and different things and kind of generational wealth and everything like that too. And then one of the aspects of that is like having a viable companion, and so it's a detriment to us to have females that want guys that are just like spending all the money on them, and then also guys growing up that are like, like I have to be this guy to be like to get females, to spend on them and everything like that. Obviously, I don't. You don't need to. Clearly, like that's a whole different narrative than like a reality. Like that isn't actually reality. All the things that get put out there on social media and then also like these shows and everything like that. It's not a reality whatsoever.
People
So
run with it, though,
but
innit?
some people do run with it. Some people we can't ignore that some
not
people run
a
with
lot
it.
of people.
Online, a lot of people run with it, but people have different aliases online, so it's not like actually
But that's what
they apply to the real
women
life.
are gonna want in relationships, though. What they're seeing on social media.
Ideally, that's what they'll want, but what they accept is two different things.
Listening to these characters.
Yeah, but that's ideally what they want to take, and that's what ideally how they would like things to work for them. Like, yeah, they make their own money, plus they have a guy there that pays all their bills and pays their rent and everything like that. But in reality, like, there's many different factors that come into play with it. So, but for say on the men's side, it is kind of a detriment if you're running that way.
There's people there that push out these narratives and these toxic narratives, though.
You want to expand on that a little bit?
Live in that generation where anyone can have a voice, anyone can have a microphone.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially within the black community, the urban black community, it's like, we love a distraction. Anyone can just say anything, and we run with it. These characters come out of nowhere, and we just let them subconsciously influence the way we think, and
the way that we perceive society, the way we look at things. Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. And ultimately, it has an effect on your day-to-day life and how you think, how women are gonna, perceive relationships, on what their ideal man has to have or whatever, man. So it's all just. But as a man, anyway, it's especially like the older you're getting, and the wiser that you're getting, especially as a black man, you should be thinking about generational wealth. You should be thinking,
of course,
for the next generation, which starts now.
Yeah, it's about leaving things to the the generation coming, like your kids and your grandkids and everything like that too. So
it's a turtle.
Yeah, that's it's gotta be, bro. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. I'm feeling proper, man. Here, come on, man.
No way.
Is it?
It's
a turtleneck edition, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, other things being stressed and shit.
But yeah, I think that's a good point there. Like, just as for us, definitely when it comes to the conversation of generational wealth, that's not something that has been there already. So it's like we're building it now for the kids that come out, like our children, our children's children. This is kind of almost like where it begins. So we want things to pass down, and a lot of people in our community are looking for the same thing, especially in our own generation. They are in the same position where we're just looking to kind of build that.
What is a girl needs to have a stand-up man. That's gonna be like, we're not just gonna be eating out every day and just consuming and just buying things that are unnecessary and buying materialistic things. No, we're not gonna do that because we're the biggest consumers. And when we're consuming, we're consuming nonsense, things that's not gonna really make us any money back. What we should be looking to do is invest our money into stock markets, and things like that to try and just and build generational wealth one way or another, and stop the habits that we've been accustomed to growing up.
The habits growing up that you kind of fall into, and a lot of people fall into this trap, is living outside of your means. You know, like you see things around you and you see lifestyles that you want to that you want to obtain, but a lot of the time, those counterparties,
Yeah, like image.
they have a different, they have different,
Yeah.
they might have that generational wealth passed down to them, and
Yeah.
they can afford these cars. It's still living within their means,
Yeah.
but you want to live that
image,
now.
aren't we? We're talking about image.
Image, yeah, it's image, like short, yeah, in short, image. That's how we
Whether
look at
like-
things, and
whether
it's
like
like
it or
you wanna look like you have it.
Okay.
So you fall into a trap of living paycheck to paycheck, or
Yeah.
coming into money and then spending it, and then coming into money spending it, instead of
For
like
who?
having something to show for it.
For who?
For yourself, like you just for your own benefit, for your own gain.
Or your
Whereas
friends.
it should be
Or to impress friends.
to impress others, or just to live a lifestyle that you don't like. You haven't worked hard enough to live that lifestyle yet. You have to work yourself towards it. And so that's the whole thing about living within your means. It's about sacrifices. It's about not looking to like living within your means comes from a place of you have to understand where you are, and then also just purchasing, whether it's you look at, if we're really going to break it down, it's a percentage of what your income is. You can only use this as a percentage of your disposable income.
Yeah.
You'll use this as, okay, yeah, I can treat myself every now and then and buy these things, but the rest of it are going to go into the investments that you're going to need for your future,
Yeah.
and all these other things. But this isn't kind of what's taught to us. Really,
Yeah.
we're told, get a job, get a good paying job, and that's really it. Like, get a good income.
Yeah.
But you know where this comes from? It's from the class. It's class. The way that they look at classes now, like class, like
Yeah.
middle class, lower class, and everything like that, and upper class. It's not based off of it's based off of your education and your income. So when we're looking at, instead of your like your assets and things like that you hold.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at your income, that's the main thing that we get taught. Like when we're young, we're like, you have to get a good paying job, get a good paying job, get a good paying job. You don't really, there's no real conversation after that.
Yeah.
And so the conversation after that is, okay, once you have a good paying job, and once you get the money in, you have a steady stream of money coming in, whether it's through a job or if you're self-employed or whatever it is, it's about keeping that wealth now.
Definitely.
In ways of assets and other things. So
Yeah.
it's about using that money in an intelligent way. That doesn't mean, also another thing that's bad is if you're using all of your income and putting it straight into investments and stocks and things like that. Even though the stock market has a really good ROI, it has an ROI because it's a really good return on investment, because it's high risk. So you could lose that money as well.
Yeah.
So it's about using, you play in the stock market, you play with, I'm always been taught to play with money that you don't mind losing, you know, so it's only a percentage of what you make in.
Did you have these conversations like at home growing up? Do you recall these conversations?
No, never. I never had when I was young, and a lot of my friends that I speak to, it's the same thing for them. It's probably the same for a lot of y'all out there as well. It's like you're always taught, like, I come from an African household, so it's like, get a job, become a lawyer, become a doctor, become an engineer, even is a bit pushy, but still become like those type of positions they see, and they're like non-trade. If I was to say, I want to be a construction worker, like they wouldn't be with it. Like they wouldn't be, it's
African
not.
parents, they don't care what it is, as long as you're wearing a suit.
Exactly. You have to be in a suit, you have to be wearing a suit and everything like that. And that's really it. That's how they see it.
Smile
So
on their face.
yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, when they've done so much for you, like to a certain extent, like when they've done everything that they've done, you've seen them like really grind out to make what they've made, to be able to at least see you through like your school, your high school, and all the schooling and everything like that, and the sacrifices they had to make for you to be able to get to where you are today. You kind of want to do that for them almost, because it's like, to put a smile on their face. You want to kind of make them proud and everything like that. So you will have aspirations to make something of yourself anyway, for you and for them.
No, of course. But say if you want to go down a different road and you want to do something like sports.
If you want to do
that sports.
This is a thing. So we don't get taught like, okay, I think one of the two of the main things is like what's really frowned upon is labor work, like
and that too.
It is like they don't see that as like something that, but I know, like, coming from someone that's got like a job like where you wear a suit every day and everything like that, I know people that are that work in construction, like labor driven jobs, and they're making way more than some of my execs, like way more than some of my execs, and they're self-employed. They work on their own time and everything like that, and it's like they have a great setup, and they're able to provide that wealth to their kids and everything like that, and they're going about it the right way. But we kind of what happens with the whole mentality that you have to get you have to become a lawyer, become all these other positions like a doctor and things like that, is we teach what parents teach us is that you should get a well-paying job, but it's not. They don't always give us the tools. Say if we wanted to go into something else, they don't always give us the tools to make that make more money from that. So how to make that profitable. So if we were deciding to have our own business and become like say if you want to become a construction worker and then eventually have your own business, it's that like you can do that, you can learn that, and then
so you got
exactly
obviously be objective about it.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's all they know, but we live in a different time now.
Yeah, and that's why the onus is on kind of us to learn these things, and just most people know that if you go into something, you'll be able to make money from it if you work hard enough at it. Now, like our generation realizes that.
Is that how you're gonna get financial freedom though?
What if you work hard enough in what you want to do
for someone else?
No, obviously you can get financial freedom from working from someone else your whole life. It's possible. Yeah. And that's something else that's taught to you, like, oh yeah, if you work for someone else, like you can. The thing is,
you can, but how long is that going to take though?
Well, here's the thing: some people have made, but
and
this is the thing.
You end up in the position that you really want. What that's going to be most of your life, breaking your back, and then you enjoy it towards the end of your life. Is that really cool, or do you not want to try and do that a lot earlier in your life?
Yeah, you can. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are people that are making ridiculous amounts of money working for someone else.
Being a risk taker, you know, and thinking outside the box, understanding that, right, you know, trying to be your own boss is not easy, but it can be done.
Yeah. It can absolutely be done, and it can also be done whilst you still work for someone else. There's loads of people that they've done that. They've worked for someone else, but then also outside of those working hours, they've been able to start their own business and do that as well.
Yeah, no, of course.
And so, yeah, I'm glad you said thinking outside of the box, because that I see a lot of that where people keep that regular income.
What society promotes though is
you have to do one or the other.
Or you know what I'm trying to say, you get that job in the city. You know, you ain't got a personal life. Your life is work.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You're getting good money. But not. It's just what I'm trying to say. It depends. It depends on how you think, because a lot of people are just happy with that. You're on that good wage, and you stack that up, whatever. Which you know, you can be, you know, you can do well with that and just be satisfied and not be broke. And you know what I'm trying to say? Cool, wouldn't it? A lot of people are just happy with just that, you know, and don't want to start their own business and be self-employed and use the funds from their day-to-day job. That's not everybody thinks like that.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It's outside of the box thinking. Like that's
obviously if you're
that's something that people don't put out there. That's not.
I'm from a different world. Like, I'm from struggle. I'm the hood. Nothing was given to me. When you talk about generational wealth, boy, that onus is on me
to create it.
Yeah.
You
get me. So I got to think differently. And the fact that this knowledge that we've obtained, we need to make the most of that, and then be the example for when we have kids.
Yeah, definitely. Like the thing model. Is, the generational wealth as well.
So they ain't got to go through what we got. Exactly. We're the burden bearers, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
In a way, you got to accept that. Well, man's the oldest.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, I fucked up in my life, bare. You get me. But
the thing with generational wealth, it's not only just you obtaining all these assets and money and things like that, or a business and passing it down. It's also the financial literacy as well that you pass down to your children too.
100%. Yeah.
So there's so many examples where there's a really, really rich parents, and they pass down all their money to their kids. Then their kids just splash it, and they have no way of, like, they don't know how to manage the funds that they have. They have no way to manage the businesses and things like that. This is why the literacy comes in. although that usually would happen, they would if someone
Would they end up
has
on the
a
street?
certain
Most of them
level of
people, they'll still have a yard like they've inherited. They won't end up on the streets.
I won't end up on the streets, but it won't be carried down. So it won't be growing and growing and growing. It will be a lot will be taken from that if they don't have the financial literacy to be able to maintain what they have and also build upon it as well. So it's the building wealth. This is what it's about, the building of it, the building of it, the building with it. And that they're right. You're right. That onus is on us to be able to pass that down to our children and like for them to know how to navigate through this world and be able to keep wealth and understanding the importance of having assets and
But a lot of people
having your own autonomy as well.
Are born into it. A lot of my friends are not born into it.
Yeah.
Into that. You have to be born into it to really be having those conversations.
Well, it's the people
parents,
around you.
Because your parents are the one that's provided.
Yeah.
All that inheritance, whether it's money, whether it's a house, whatever asset it is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Something tangible has been passed down.
Yeah.
So you're in a different. I haven't had that growing up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how can I get that? How can I get that information? Now it makes sense. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
What information on how to about assets and everything like that, about how you can navigate away.
Yeah, growing up. That's what I'm saying. Did you have those conversations growing up?
Not specifically when I was growing up. No,
that's
like
what I'm saying.
When you're young, most people when you're young, you don't have them kind of conversations. It's
something
that earlier needs to come. Yeah.
That's why I asked you. Did you have those conversations growing up?
Nah, because
maybe if you inherited something, you was already part of a generational wealth in this country.
Yeah.
Then do you know what I'm trying to say? Then you'll be privy to certain things.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's all about the conversations that you have with people. Like we have mad conversations about assets. Obviously, everyone around us. I mean, everyone in this room right now. We're involved in business together to some degree. So it's about that. We have to be with the people around you. It's about holding yourself accountable to a point,
have to be an
and then
example,
exactly, you have
like
to be an account. You have to be accountable, and you
about
also
growing up.
have to speak to each other about finance. So, like with my boys, if we don't talk if there's no financial conversation at some point where it's like we're looking to better each other, or I'm not holding you accountable about certain things that you've told me that you're gonna do, or you're not holding me accountable about certain goals that I've wanted to reach, then I just feel like that's not a real friendship. Like you have to hold each other accountable. You have to want better for the people that you keep around you. So, and that's a massive part of it. And what a lot of more people should really practice is that, like, because that's going to be where the conversation begins for you to be able to execute everything that you need to execute, for you to be able to kind of grow into something better and better everything.
Is the example of what you're talking about. You're using this platform to talk about what really matters.
Exactly. It's the whole value added conversation, because we have that so much, and that's why people enjoy our conversations, because there's a lot of value in some of the things that we talk about, generally from a perspective that most people will understand as well.
Yeah, but there's also a trust issue as well within our community.
Yeah.
We don't want to pass around information or bust
even
each
invest
other like
even invest together and things like that. When you think about like,
we're in competition with each other.
But do you think that's something with our generation, or do you think, because obviously when I think about the older generations and everything like that, like coming from the Jamaican side of the family, how they invest together and everything like that, like they have the partner system where they'll like all put money together and then everyone gets the payout, and then they can put that towards like a deposit for a house and things like that. And it happens a lot in that, but I don't see that happening really in our generation because of those things. Like it's like trust. Like, would you every month put money into an account and just trust that someone's going to give you a payback? Because there's been loads of cases where people haven't got their payback, but it's just because it's almost like a more tight knit community where there's not much unity between us as a
and this
generation.
This starts at home. This starts at home, bro. We know a lot of black people are, because group economics.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Yeah, group economics. Yeah,
as well. We are at the bottom of it compared to every other race.
It's just that we don't have stuff in place at the moment.
It's not that we're not practicing it though, but it's what black people are generalized, and that's a big problem. And there's so much different cultures within the black diaspora who are buying from each other and selling to each other. You know,
Give us some examples of that, like, from your experience.
for example, where you got Deluxe, it's a Congolese restaurant in Tottenham. I don't see many Congolese restaurants out there, but you got when you go in there, you know you're getting served by people that look like you. So that already is there's generational wealth going on there. Definitely, like you know that's a no brainer, for example. But also,
What is in a business that they pass down, like they're passing down to?
there's gonna be obviously that's their shop. So
it's a practice of group economics, isn't it?
that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, more group. Yeah, more
But
group
it's
economics.
not
Yeah,
like we're not-
yeah.
And also, if you think about, obviously, we were talking about this off camera, but in the church where they're all selling daishikis to each other, and you got to think about where it's getting produced. You know, look, a lot of the times, I know it's not getting produced here. You know, it's getting produced back home. You know, Congolese people are making trips back and forth to Africa, getting it down cheaper out there, coming here and again selling it to your own people. You know what I'm trying to say? And also they do that with food as well, with salt fish, all these types of different Congolese foods, isn't it? Do you know what I'm trying to say? You need to have Congolese connects. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, but the thing is, not every group of black people are going to be thinking that, oh yeah, because I'm Congolese, let me go and buy it from the Caribbean. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Or go buy it from the Somali. We're already doing it in our own communities, but the thing is, we get generalized though. Do you know what I'm trying to say? We looked it up, how many times obviously the money circulates.
Yeah, like
in the black community
circulation,
before it
circulation
goes
of
out.
wealth. Yeah,
And we're at the bottom of it, obviously. But here in this country, they've categorized us under BAME.
it's just funny, like with how with black people we have the biggest buying power in the States. It's 1.1 trillion, but then yet we're still at the bottom when it comes to group economics. When you really look at it, like you've already mentioned about like we do, there are restaurants, like if you really think about it, and there's loads of presences that you can look at a variety of different black owned businesses that are there. A majority of them are the hair care, they're the restaurants and things like that you'll see. But then when we look at the other groups that are above us, what kind of things are they involved in? Do you know why I was asking that? Because it's like the things that we cover when we're really looking at our own, in our own economy, we should be able to.
We're rarely buying from black people, bro.
Yeah,
you go
exactly.
to your local corner shop.
Exactly.
Boss man's Turkish.
Exactly.
Boss
Exactly.
man's
Exactly.
Asian.
But do we have the
boss
resources? Do we have the resources to be able to manage
The
our
last
own
one
economy?
Was on farm. It was Woodwater Farm.
Yeah. There's certain places like South. I think is the last one that I saw. Like in South, like there's just a massive black population there and everything like that. And yeah, I think in some places
So
we
we're
might
spreading
have
other communities.
Yeah, and this is the thing. This is the thing.
day-to-day
This is
basis.
and what it is because in our own economy, do we have all the facilities that it would take for us to be able to maintain just only buy-in from our own, keeping the money in our own group? Would it be possible? Do we have the thing, like when it comes to if you need to go do a shop, you're gonna have to travel quite far to go to a black-owned business for you to be able to do that, and you know what I'm saying? This is all, the money doesn't stay within us.
Yeah, but we don't think about us like that though. This is what it essentially.
It's about profitability for most people. It's about profitability for yourself, and that goes against the generational wealth. Like, because we don't. If you're only looking at yourself to make money for yourself, and to live a good life for yourself, then it's, you won't be thinking about the next generations and everything like that. you're looking at the expenditure, you're looking to spend, you're looking to live good and everything like that, rather than maybe make the right savings options and everything like that for you to be able to take care of the other generation. But then it's a level further when we're talking about group economics, because you have to not only think about yourself, your kids, but you also have to think about the next man and then everyone else in your own group. So therefore it's more of a sacrifice that's required for us to have, for us to take any steps forward. It's more of a
Yeah.
sacrifice that's required there, and
Yeah.
that does mean we need more entrepreneurs, we need more people that are
Yeah.
going to be
There's more
opening
trust
these
though
businesses.
in other ethnic groups.
And it's not only there's more trust in other ethnic groups for themselves, there's more,
because they can.
we have more trust in
if
other
we-
ethnic groups than we do have in our own group. Like, let's have it out. Like, let's be honest here. Like, this is
We're saying the same thing.
yeah.
This is what I'm trying to say. So, no wonder we're at the bottom of the totem pole.
It's just crazy. Like when we look at, say, like African Americans, 1.1 trillion in as far as their buying power, right? And then you look at the circulation of money, you would think, okay, yeah, now we must be also receiving the most amount of money. Nowhere near it. And
I laugh,
so when you really break it down, right? When it comes to
Balenciagas.
you know what I'm saying, the Balenciagas be killing them. They trying to kill them on. They trying to kill them in the Balenciagas on the clubs on Saturday, man. They gotta have them. The Louis, they gotta have
Niggas
them.
gonna flex.
They gotta flex.
Niggas-
Listen, so you gotta get fresh at the
You
end of
gotta
the day.
stunt on your own people.
You gotta
man.
get fresh. But when we're talking about circulation
Who's
of
upside?
the circulation of money, right? With Jewish people, their money circulates for 20 days within their own group before it goes out, right? Asian people, it's 1 month before it goes out. Guess how much it is for black people?
Enlighten me, bro.
6 hours. 6 hours it circulates before it goes out.
Oh man.
Right? Because literally you don't,
Fam.
there's, you spend, whenever you spend, it's too,
Hey.
we don't own enough businesses.
We don't get taught how to save. It just makes me, I just think about saving, fam. It's like, it's mad. And financial responsibilities. These are the things that come to mind. So I'm laughing is because I get it.
I mean, when
But
you
we
look
need
at things around,
need
we
to do
understand
something
why.
about it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? We can't keep condoning ignorant behavior, like really and truly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But obviously, there's with our community, bro. Like celebs affect a lot of the narrative in the black community. Whether they're rappers, whether they're just personalities, online personalities, you know, rhetoric like broke niggas can't get no pussy. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And that made you think spoke about that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? But he was like, what? Like he's pushing this narrative about broke guys should get no pussy. But who's saying this though? This is not everyone. This is only coming from a certain group of people. This rhetoric. That's not. But it's starting from the Cardi B's.
Yeah.
You know that a lot of females in our culture follow. Music's powerful. Like think, bro. These are trust. It might sound crazy to people, yeah, but this is what is so destructive in our community. And when women adopt that sort of mentality, how you gonna find the right man? Like you're not gonna find a progressive thinking brother.
But then
There's
on
a
the other
clash
hand,
of interest there.
on the other hand, yeah, when you say like
You
they
know?
say like, oh, broke niggas should never get no pussy or anything like that. I think I think personally, with that, from the city girls aspect and like, oh yeah, now they have to spend mad money on you and everything like that. Yeah, cool. But then there's the other hand of it where it's like, all right, if you're running around chasing girls all the time and everything like that, when are you gonna have time to really like focus on bettering yourself and everything like that? I think certain things shouldn't be. You should be if you're you can't be worried about the wrong things when you're looking at growth. And when you're not where you are supposed to be financially, you shouldn't be focused on like all these other things like going chasing women and all of that, because you're not in the right place. Like as a man, there's certain things you have to pattern before you're going out like that. So it's a very like I wouldn't say I agree with that, but like I get like, I kind of get to a certain degree. I kind of get where it's coming from as far as my interpretation of it.
So, what's a modern day relationship meant to be about? Just consuming all the time.
No.
This
But this is what I'm saying. Like this, so like
is that
online,
how
what they
about
push
now?
out to you is much different from what it should be. So like online, they'll say like go, and especially just the way that everything gets put towards you, and they love putting out like, oh yeah, like these couples that spending money on each other and everything like that, loads of money, the spending on each other, buying each other cars, buying each other the Birkin bags, Birkin bags, when it was all, everyone's talking about the Birkin bags. Mad people got fake Birkin bags. The purchase of the fake Birkin bags went up when they saw like all these rappers buying their girls Birkin bags and everything like that. And some people even had it and they were buying like fake Birkins and everything. It's just too funny, man. Like just with the whole
Bro, you gotta laugh
consumerism
with the
in our
bullshit.
own economy is just in our own group. Like this consumerism is crazy.
That's what I'm trying
It's
to say.
crazy. Like it's just mad. Like
But we promote it. We promote it in our community. We promote it. How you gonna promote? How you gonna get generational wealth if people in your community keep promoting consumerism? Can someone give me an answer?
I don't have it. So somebody out
it's
there.
black and white, cuz. It's
Nah, it's it's
You know
so
what I'm
it's
trying
so
to say? And
bad.
this-
Yeah.
these rhetorics and these narratives, one people in our communities are lapping it up, and it's just detrimental in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
People just get sour and bitter. It all ends in tears.
Yeah.
While other ethnic minorities, that money is circulating longer and longer, like in their communities. Wow, we're on, what's it, 3 hours?
Yeah. Six of them.
Six. Right, tomorrow will be 3. Like, that's not what I want, but yeah, man. So there's
really should be
unfortunately,
increasing.
I don't even like talking about the fact that we're talking about ego is getting in the way of like generational wealth and group economics in our community and our spending habits, and we're getting influenced by celebrities that are propped up basically.
Yeah.
Making us consume.
Consume.
I don't want to.
And the thing is, when you
even really talk about it, but
I want
we-
you to
we have
break down.
talk
I want
about
you
it.
to break down propped up as well. Like a lot of the time, these people, they don't even buy the stuff that they're putting out towards you that they
This-
purchase. They
this is
have
what people
deals
don't
with
get.
them behind the scenes where these brands are like sponsoring them and they're getting these free items, and then they post it online. Oh, thank you, this place, or like I act like they just brought it. With a lot of the time, when it comes to like say even jewelers. With a lot of rappers, they'll buy their jewelry from this jeweler, and they'll give them a
Jewish
mad
one.
discount. They'll give them a mad discount because they know that they're gonna show it and then like show their jeweler and everything like that. But then there's other people that see that, oh yeah, like I want to get that same jewelry. You're gonna pay a
'Cause what-
dumb
No
extortionate
one
price
can
for
market,
it.
and no one can market shit like we can. At the end of the day,
Of course,
know that.
definitely, yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
The eyes are on them. Really,
They
they're the
know
ones
that.
that's bringing in all the footfall and everything like that. So of course they're gonna like spend money and get them what jewels they want and everything like that. And then people are gonna come in there. We're gonna extort 10 more people after you and make our money back off of the jewels that we brought you, and then 10 again after that.
This is what I'm trying to say. It's a shame that we have to really be talking about all these factors that are stopping black people from moving forward.
Yeah, and we can't pretend like there's not people out here that are really like doing the right things, and there's really people that do have it together, but there's also a lot of people that don't. And so I think it's never it's always good to kind of have these conversations and put them out there, because at the end of the day, someone might hear this and then think like, oh yeah, like these are the things that I need to do to.
How do you think it'll go down these days? If you had a date with a girl now, and you told her, basically, you know what, I don't want to be just spending money all the time on materialistic things, going out, go on dates all the time.
Mhm.
I'm not saying we won't, but that's not what I want my relationship to be about. I want my relationship to be about finding ways to build generational wealth and invest more into our future
Yeah.
and building generational wealth and playing a part in group economics as well. Starting from home.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you think this nowadays in 2021? Yeah,
I think
I
if
do
you
think-
ended just like
Do you think
that,
it depends what type of girl. Like
it depends on what type of girl. But I think if you ended just like that, a lot of girls would just
What do
go
you-
on
like,
and
how does- are you
they'll be
into-
doing up Usain Bolt. They'll be out of there. They'll be gone. They'll be gone. They'll be gone. They'll be gone. But I also think it's in the way that you position it. Like when you're looking at longevity with another person, right? You have to look at it as in like you want to build with this girl, right? So it's not only just I take you on dates, you spend money on me, I spend money on you. It's that we build wealth together.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that, and this is the whole thing. So it's about
But
like
the man. But there's obviously the man has to provide.
yeah. Of course,
Absolutely.
yeah,
But there's a process in being a provider.
yeah.
There's a process to it. If you want to be a real provider, it takes time. Do you know
Well,
what I'm saying? And provide for future generation. As far as generational wealth, it's going to take, especially if you don't come from money, especially if you haven't had that leg up.
Yeah. What's
Are you
more
willing-
powerful?
Are you willing to accept that my black girlfriend or the black girl that I'm seeing? I'm talking hypothetically.
Yeah.
Is that okay? If
Yeah.
not, then do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I think
Then
what's
safe.
more powerful than you just paying for a girl's rent every month, like what's more powerful than that is teaching her how to make more money or some type of residual income to be able to take care of her rent rather than you paying for it. Because that's not good for either of you. If you're in a relationship, it's not good for either of you. If you're spending. Build a residual income, build a business like that's going to help you be able to commit to you. Because if you're that down bad, like really you should be looking to help him out. Like if you need someone else to pay your rent, like you're kind of down bad. Like you need someone to,
Our priorities
you know what I'm
are
saying,
wrong.
to help.
It's
Yeah,
conditioning. And
that's what it is.
In that conditioning, there's factors. There's real factors that we've grown up on. And habits, just negative habits that we've grown up on, and it's the norm where we come from. So when we was younger, we didn't know no better. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So a lot of people that are out on the streets shot in. Most people are in jail selling drugs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? So, but a lot of people haven't got anything to show
For it, yeah.
for all the food that they've sold.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? So it's not about talking about, about people, or it's real money at the end of the day, man. Because there are shotters out here that are actually investing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Investing that money.
Yeah,
No, but this is
yeah,
real
yeah.
life. This is real
I know
life.
what you're talking about.
Bro, when people are spending, like when niggas are going buying Gucci and going to the Louis store and all that, do you think that they'd be like, oh, they got like a machine to see like, oh yeah, to detect if there's any drugs on it, any residual drugs on, we can't accept this. No, they're accepting it.
Yeah.
it's money. Like us spending. Can you imagine how much of that is food money, cuz?
Well, generally in the world, like the amount of money, like
Drugs is a
drugs
big economy.
drugs
Like,
is a huge economy.
bruv,
Like
it's
whether
just
it's illegal
Bruv, come on.
funds is a massive. A lot of that money that's in circulation has been exchanged, circulated through illegal activities more than it has for legal activities.
Saying they get their returns, bro. When they nick you and they nick you all that drugs, they get their returns. They get the time out of you,
Bro,
bro.
in the States
man's
it's
got-
crazy. In the States it's mad. Like they have
the
auctions,
wo-
police auctions for the stuff that they import. So yeah, they do it here as well. Yeah, and it's mad. Like the money that they're making from, and this is them selling off a drug dealer's car
Yeah, police auction.
and then backhanding it.
Police auction. This is why
Yeah.
police are the biggest gang. Like, man, need to know that.
They're making a killing. They're making a killing over here.
Um,
But then going back, because I think it's an important point that you're
But-
making there. Like when it comes to like, yeah, those that money, the food money that they're making, and like
it's all
as far as investment, what options do they have anyway? Like, is that really the route that people want to be going down long term to make their funds?
yeah.
It-
Trust me.
It never is,
This one
because you can't really build. I get it. People use that, they like they start businesses and everything like that, and then that's how they kind of.
a lot of our people haven't even got life insurance out here. Child
Exactly.
trust funds, and there's generational wealth within that as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's
You know,
important.
and
That's
your
not
will,
spoken
and your
about
will,
enough.
And your will as well. You know what's going to be on your will.
Yeah,
You know, and who takes what in a will, and there's going to be a lot of money. But I don't know anything about a will, bro.
yeah.
But obviously, there's other black people that have been here longer, generationally,
Mhm.
who've got the game.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
doing well.
yeah.
Are they passing around that information enough?
That's
Is
the
it-
thing.
are we
It's
thinking
about.
on that level.
Yeah, it's
what I'm trying
about
to
that. I mean, there are definitely sources, and what I find is the most. You find them online. There's a lot of sources for that information that you can go to speak to. I mean, people that, especially in finance. There's an urban financer. That's one of them. A guy that he'll go on YouTube and speaks about finance. He speaks about the wills. He speaks about all those
Jumping
things.
Jack Taxes, the guy that.
No, not jumping jack taxes.
I sent that to you.
oh,
Joseph
man.
was that scam.
B sent me this
I was
video of this guy.
dying.
And this guy talking about like group economics. He was talking about group the title of the video was Group Economics, and he was there. He's such a clean, nice talker, bro. Like you know them people that you just believe everything they say just because they're such a clean talker. And he was talking about I have black-owned business. I have a black-owned business. I have these partners that I work with, and if anyone's struggling, any one of our partners. If any one of our partners is struggling, we're gonna take care of them. We're gonna make sure that that they're taken care of. So, yeah, my partners contribute, and I always tell them like, listen, if you don't contribute, I need serious people that's gonna be in this partnership with me. You got to make sure that they're serious. So when they're giving me their money, every month, I'm making sure that it goes to the right hands. He has a tax business, right, where it's a
It's black people bailing out other black people. In is what he's saying.
so he says,
We'll be presidents of each other is the model.
yeah, it's like you
Saying-
contribute money to this
Yeah.
fund, this circle, and then the money goes to
He's talking about the
people
guy
that
and
are
his wife,
struggling
the guy
and
who
everything like
lost
that.
£500, because he believed in
Yeah,
my man.
Yeah.
Nah,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he was about to be homeless with his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And they were living in a hotel, but obviously people put money up and they ended up covering his rent.
Yeah,
Black
the
people,
month, yeah, yeah.
For a few months.
it was like 3K
Whatever.
or something like that. They came
Yeah.
up within a few hours or whatever.
But where does Mama make his money? This is what I don't.
See, and this is what I'm saying. This is
I
what I'm
don't
saying.
get. Where does he?
So he has a tax
Because
business.
you're looking up. He's standing on group economics, isn't it? You're looking up. For
But
each other.
he has a tax
Because
business,
me
right?
watching that, I was like, this is interesting. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm like, I
Yeah,
wanna see
no,
what you think.
that's what I'm saying. He's an intelligent guy, right? He's an intelligent guy, whereas he can put out concepts out there, and people will jump onto them, right? And so he has this business. It's like a tax business, but it's a franchise. So you can buy the franchise for, I think it's like $1,500, and then it sends you a package. It's,
What's going on this fly, blood?
it's another fly on the wall.
Oh shit! There you go. This was meant to be,
It's meant to be, man. It's meant to be. Yeah, like
Mad thing.
he has a tax business and everything like that, but he franchises it so you can buy it off of him and everything like that. Promises you that you're gonna make a good return on it and everything like that, but it's not a promise. Whenever someone promises you something in business like that, it's usually not real. And then lo and behold, there's mad people that have been scammed by him and his girl and everything like that. Blah blah blah. Yeah, he's basically a scammer. Basically a scam artist. So there's also people like that are like, they kind of push this. It's like they're race hustling to a degree.
It was gonna get. It was
Yeah,
gonna get
it was we all knew it was getting to that. We all knew it was getting to that. Come on, man. We all knew. We all knew. Because it's like,
No, I hear you.
I
hear you.
Is it not? Is it not though? Is it not though?
But-
Group economics, black people, we got to stand together. But then you're scamming people on the other. You're scamming the same black people you're
I
trying to
haven't
get
seen
to come
enough-
together.
I haven't seen enough from him to be like this is a scam. Because I'll check the comments and all that. If it was that bad, people would be.
Did you look? Did you? Yeah, but this is like
I'm not-
comments
I'm not-
on
I'm
YouTube
not
and
saying
everything
it's
like
not-
that. Yeah, you gotta look into it a little bit more.
Saying it's
Look-
not either, but
yeah, look into it a little bit more. You'll see.
Like, you get me?
Yeah,
I'm
you'll
a
see.
consumer, Man clicked on it.
Yeah,
I
you'll
was like,
see.
okay,
You'll see.
this sounds like a good model, but common sense is telling me like, where do you make your money though? You, brother.
Yeah.
You speak.
Yeah.
You're not disclosing that, but obviously, I haven't watched everything on him.
Everything, yeah. No, there's mad people that have told the story about it, and then like mad like scam claims and everything like that about him and his company and his wife as well, her and their company.
What,
And
did
then
you look
she
into
got
him?
called out. Yeah.
Have you,
of course.
Have you heard?
Because I was looking
Okay.
into the like obviously like this type of stuff is like what
Yeah.
I'm kind of involved in, so like
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
tax stuff and everything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I
That's
wanted
what I
to,
said
like,
to you
see,
first. Like,
Yeah,
what my things about this.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I looked into it. Took like literally 10 minutes, and I was like, yeah, no, this guy, a little bit something
But why is he,
different going on.
But at the end of the day, bruv, yeah, trust me, the amount of like effort and resources that go into scamming people these days is unbelievable.
Bro, even
It's a full-time- it's a
you know what it
full-time
makes me
job for
think
people
of?
out here.
You know what it makes me think of straight away?
Mm.
You know, who is it? Who is it? Papoose?
Papoose, Jadakiss.
Jadakiss.
That post that they have.
Yeah.
Like, who's the
yeah,
hardest
that's it.
rapper?
Yeah, exactly.
Tag the hardest rapper.
And then the whole DM system and everything like that they do, like it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
mad.
yeah.
Like
Nah, of
you
course.
should talk about that. You should talk
Nah,
about
you're
expand on that
scamming-
one.
You're scamming people.
But there's
so,
it's a
nah,
lot.
there's
It's a
nothing-
lot of that going on.
And that's rappers.
A lot of money goes into scam. Like them
They're
grimy scammers, like the mad grimy scammers.
I'll never
There's too
thought-
many grimy
Never
scammers
thought
out here.
One of
bro,
my
like
favorite
that.
rappers, Jadakiss, would actually try and scam man. Like,
Yeah, trust me.
And
Bro, it's
Papoose.
crazy, and Papoose as well.
you get
It's
me?
just mad. Like it's mad in the UK. Like the way that
When I
scammers
met-
work is a lot different to the States. Like in the States,
Remember-
the way they scam people, it's like. He calls himself a pastor as well. Did you see that part as well? Like he's
When he said that,
Yeah.
that's all I kept thinking. I can imagine this kind of sermon.
that. I don't know how that slipped my mind. I don't know how that slipped my mind, but the way he,
All the
the way-
aunties like, amen. Like, you know when they're like, they're in the moment, they're like proper believing it.
he brings that energy though, right? Like he brings that energy.
He's like, really?
the
You
talk.
believed in me?
Yeah.
Really? The guy was
it's-
like, cool. So if you ever phone call somebody, like, how do you tell if they're not for you? He was like, if they say I too much, if they say I too much, you know what? Then I'm just like, nah, no thanks. I'd rather just not even take your money, so it doesn't harm the culture that I got. I was laughing, yeah. But I'm laughing now, but obviously when I was watching it, I was like, yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna listen to this nigga. That's scam.
Literally, that's how I message you back straight away.
When
Scam,
you
like,
mentioned pastor, yeah, when he said, this is what I'm trying to say, bro. There's so much intelligent brothers like him out on
Yeah.
YouTube. Do you know what I'm trying
So
to say,
many.
bro? Just like, leading people to the hellfire.
yeah.
That's what pastors do. And ironically enough, he was a pastor for a bit.
Yeah, you have some bad ones out there. Definitely, there are a lot of bad ones out there.
There's a lot, bro.
Yeah,
There's a lot, fam. There is a lot.
yeah,
So, jumping jack taxes.
but Jumping Jack Taxes. Shouts out to Jumping Jack Taxes. Man. We'll post his link in the bio. Like, y'all show him some love, man. Show him some love.
We say with black people, if you think his model of group economics is effective, you're onto a loser. You're gonna be.
You're onto a loser. Because what it's really about, people, it's about going out there, starting a business, taking those chances. Whether it doesn't mean you have to like quit. I know a lot of people say that you can't do the 9 to 5 and you can't do the starting your own business. Yes, you can get the ball rolling with
If
your
you're
own
serious enough.
business. If you're serious enough, you can make the right sacrifices for you to be able to start your own business on the side as well. You don't need to sacrifice that secure income that you have, but start that. We need more entrepreneurs out here. So
No,
I know
trust
some
me.
people don't want to jump 2 feet in. Try the 1 foot. Try it out. Try something new. You know,
Come on, man.
invest into yourself. That's the
And
main
it's
thing. Invest
unity.
in
And
yourself.
what it is as well, there's obviously, bro, there's time wasters everywhere, man. You get
Exactly.
me? You got to be around the right people, because you know you're a reflection of your friends, innit? And people around.
That's right.
What's that French saying? You told me the type of people your friends are. I told you the
Type of person you are. Yeah. Yeah.
John
It's
say
a fact.
it's otherwise, you know, again, where you're on to a loser. Like, obviously, society promotes individualism a lot.
Yeah.
You know, the selfish mentality out here, getting to the top by yourself.
We love to
I
think
get
that we can.
I get all that, but
We love to think we don't need anyone around us. We don't need this. We can do it all on ourselves. To some degree, yeah, accountability lies within you, yourself. But then also, we should be thinking about our next. We should be thinking about ourselves.
no, trust me. At least one thing that he did say though, that my man Jumping Jack Taxes guy, that what
Shouts out to
resonated with
him.
me, yeah, was he was just talking about us as a people, like not wanting to go hospital. We don't trust doctors. We don't pass the information down enough. Which I'm trying to say, like my pops who had cancer, I found that pretty late. Obviously, you know, God willing, he's alive today and that. But because my man's podcast, that just planted the seed in my head, like. So, you know, I need to have conversations
With the doctor,
about,
like,
you know, to my mum,
okay, yeah,
my dad, like having
Yeah.
these conversations. But us as a people, especially, you know, as to why he got cancer, and do you know what I'm trying to say? So there's certain diseases that are passed down from generations, bro, and certain races are prone to having certain, you know, like sickle cell. You find that very common with black people.
yeah.
You know, so we got
High blood pressure and
we need to
everything
look
like
into
that.
things like that. High blood pressure.
Yeah,
My mum,
yeah.
we need to look into things
Yeah.
like that, bro.
Definitely.
Why is it that our race? You get me? I'm not just saying it just to say it. You get me?
Yeah. It's
Done
real
though.
though. It's real.
Come on, trust me, man. Fly in the wall perspective, man. Come on,
Yes.
subscribe, like, share. The realest podcast out there, man.
Make sure
Trust
y'all
me.
comment below as well.
Yeah.
Comment on your thoughts about this episode.
Yeah, man.
Obviously, this is the pilot, the first episode. We have another one coming to you in a month's time. So make sure y'all check in. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram. And yeah, make sure y'all drop some comments below.